If your gut is damaged, inflamed, or full of the wrong bacteria, it doesn't matter how healthy your diet looks on the outside. Your body will still struggle on the inside. You can eat clean, you can exercise, you can take supplements, but if your gut is not working properly, your energy stays low, your digestion feels off, your mood changes for no reason, and your immune system becomes weaker without you even realizing why. Most people think gut problems only mean stomach pain or bloating, but the truth is much deeper than that. Your gut controls how you absorb nutrients, how your hormones behave, how your brain feels, and even how your body stores fat. When your gut is dirty, irritated, or out of balance, your whole body starts to feel like something is wrong, even if medical tests look normal. And the scary part is that modern lifestyle slowly damages the gut every single day. Processed food, too much sugar, stress, poor sleep, antibiotics, lack of fiber, and eating at the wrong times all disturb the natural balance of bacteria living inside your intestines. This balance is called the gut microbiome, and it acts like a hidden organ that controls many important functions in your body. When the good bacteria become weak and the harmful bacteria grow too much, the lining of your gut becomes irritated and sometimes even slightly damaged. This condition is often called leaky gut, where tiny gaps form in the intestinal wall, allowing unwanted particles to enter the bloodstream. When this happens, your immune system stays active all the time, causing inflammation that can show up as fatigue, skin problems, joint pain, brain fog, sugar cravings, and slow metabolism. The good news is that your gut has an amazing ability to heal if you give it the right environment. The body is designed to repair itself, but it needs the right signals, the right foods, and the right habits. Cleaning and repairing your gut is not about starving yourself or doing extreme detox programs. In fact, many harsh detox methods make the gut even weaker. Real gut repair is about removing what harms the gut, feeding what helps the gut, and giving your digestive system enough time to rest and rebuild. When you do this correctly, you may notice better digestion, more stable energy, clearer skin, improved mood, stronger immunity, and even easier fat loss without forcing your body. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to fix their gut is focusing only on what to add, instead of first removing what is damaging it every day. Imagine trying to clean a wound while still scratching it constantly. The gut lining works the same way. If you keep eating foods that irritate your intestines, the healing process never finishes. For many people, the biggest gut irritators are ultra-processed foods, excess sugar, artificial sweeteners, deep-fried meals, and constant snacking without giving the digestive system time to rest. These foods feed harmful bacteria and create inflammation inside the gut. When harmful bacteria grow too much, they produce toxins that irritate the intestinal wall and make digestion slower and less efficient. Another common gut destroyer is chronic stress. Many people don't realize that the gut and the brain are directly connected through the nervous system. When you feel stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, your body goes into survival mode, and digestion becomes a low priority. Blood flow moves away from the stomach and intestines, digestive enzymes decrease, and food stays longer in the gut, which can cause bloating, gas, and discomfort. Over time, constant stress changes the balance of gut bacteria and makes the gut lining more sensitive. This is why some people notice stomach problems during stressful periods, even if their diet has not changed. Sleep also plays a huge role in gut repair. During deep sleep, the body performs many repair processes, including healing the gut lining and regulating the immune system. When sleep is poor or irregular, inflammation stays higher, hormones become unbalanced, and the gut does not get enough time to recover. People who sleep late, wake up often during the night, or use screens right before bed often notice more digestive issues without understanding the connection. Fixing sleep habits is one of the most powerful but most ignored ways to help the gut heal naturally. Now, once you reduce the things that damage the gut, the next step is feeding the gut with the right foods that help good bacteria grow. Your gut bacteria love fiber, but not just any fiber. They need natural fiber from vegetables, fruits, beans, seeds, and whole foods. When good bacteria eat fiber, they produce special compounds that protect the gut lining and reduce inflammation. These compounds help the cells of the intestine stay strong and healthy. This is why people who eat very little fiber often have more digestive problems and weaker immunity. Fermented foods are also very helpful for repairing the gut. Foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, and other naturally fermented foods contain beneficial bacteria that can support the gut microbiome. These bacteria do not replace your own bacteria permanently, but they help create a healthier environment where good bacteria can grow more easily. When the balance improves, digestion becomes smoother, and the gut lining becomes more resistant to irritation. Another important part of gut repair is giving the digestive system enough time to rest between meals. Many people eat all day long without breaks, which means the gut never gets a chance to fully finish digestion and start repair work. When you leave a few hours between meals, the intestines perform a natural cleaning movement that pushes leftover food and bacteria forward. This process helps prevent harmful bacteria from growing too much. Eating late at night also makes gut repair harder because the body should be focusing on recovery during sleep, not digestion. Hydration is another simple but powerful tool for cleaning the gut. Water helps move waste through the intestines and keeps the lining moist and healthy. When the body is dehydrated, digestion slows down, constipation becomes more likely, and toxins stay longer in the gut. Drinking enough water during the day supports natural detox processes without needing extreme cleanses. Physical activity also helps the gut more than most people expect. Movement stimulates the intestines and improves blood flow to the digestive system. Even simple walking after meals can help food move more smoothly through the gut and reduce bloating. Regular exercise also reduces stress hormones, which indirectly helps the gut heal faster. One more thing that many people forget is that antibiotics, while sometimes necessary, can disturb the gut microbiome for a long time. After taking antibiotics, the number of good bacteria often decreases, and harmful bacteria may grow more easily. This is why supporting the gut with proper food, fiber, and fermented foods becomes even more important after illness or medication. Cleaning and repairing the gut does not happen overnight. The gut lining renews itself regularly, but the process takes time. Some people feel better in a few weeks, while others may need a few months to fully notice the difference. The key is consistency. Small daily habits have a stronger effect than short extreme programs. When the gut starts to heal, many people notice changes that they did not expect. Energy becomes more stable during the day, cravings become easier to control, skin may look clearer, mood feels calmer, and the body reacts better to healthy food. This happens because the gut is not only about digestion, it is also about communication between different systems of the body. The gut talks to the brain, the immune system, and the hormones all the time. When the gut environment becomes cleaner and stronger, the signals sent to the rest of the body also become healthier. Your body already knows how to repair itself. The problem is not that the body is weak. The problem is that modern habits constantly interrupt the repair process. When you remove what harms the gut, feed what protects it, sleep well, manage stress, and give your digestion enough rest, the gut slowly returns to balance. And when the gut becomes healthy again, many other problems start improving without forcing them directly. Most people spend years trying different diets, supplements, and quick fixes without realizing that the real foundation of health begins in the gut. When the gut works well, the rest of the body has a much easier job. When the gut is irritated, the whole system struggles. This is why repairing and cleaning your gut is not just about digestion. It is about rebuilding your health from the inside out. And another problem that many people ignore when trying to repair their gut is slow bowel movement and constipation, because most people think constipation is just a small discomfort, something that only affects the stomach, but in reality, it can affect the entire body. When bowel movement becomes slow, waste stays inside the intestines longer than it should, and the longer it stays there, the more chance the body has to reabsorb substances that were supposed to be removed. Your digestive system is designed not only to absorb nutrients, but also to eliminate what the body does not need. If elimination is not happening regularly, the cleaning process of the body becomes weak, and this can make you feel tired, heavy, foggy, and sometimes even irritated without knowing the reason. Inside your intestines, after food is digested and nutrients are absorbed, the remaining waste moves through the colon where water is removed and the stool is formed. This waste contains not only undigested food, but also bacteria, toxins produced during metabolism, old hormones that the body wants to remove, and substances that the liver has already processed to be sent out of the body. When bowel movement is slow, this waste stays longer in the colon, and the colon has the ability to reabsorb certain compounds back into the bloodstream. This means the body may get exposed again to things it already tried to remove. Over time, this can increase inflammation, make the liver work harder, and create symptoms that do not look like digestive problems at first. Many people who have constipation also complain about low energy, headaches, skin problems, bad breath, or feeling mentally slow, and they do not connect these symptoms to the gut. But the gut is one of the main ways the body clears waste. If this exit is blocked or slow, the body has to deal with extra load, and this can affect different organs. The liver especially becomes more stressed because it has to process toxins that keep coming back into circulation. When the liver works harder than normal, you may feel tired after eating, have trouble digesting fatty foods, or notice that your body feels inflamed more easily. Slow bowel movement can also disturb the balance of bacteria in the gut. When stool stays too long in the colon, harmful bacteria have more time to grow and produce irritating substances. These substances can damage the lining of the intestine and make the gut more sensitive. This can lead to bloating, gas, discomfort, and sometimes even small inflammation that you may not feel directly, but that still affects your health. A healthy gut needs movement. The natural motion of the intestines pushes waste forward and prevents bacteria from growing too much in one place. When this movement becomes slow, the environment inside the gut changes. One of the biggest reasons for constipation in modern life is lack of fiber. Fiber adds bulk to the stool and helps it move through the intestines more easily, but many people eat very little natural fiber because processed food often removes it. White bread, sugary snacks, fast food, and packaged meals may taste good and feel filling, but they do not give the intestines the material needed to create healthy stool. Without enough fiber, the stool becomes small, dry, and hard to move, which makes bowel movement slower and sometimes uncomfortable. Water intake also plays a big role. The colon removes water from waste to form stool. But if the body is already dehydrated, the colon removes too much water, making the stool harder and more difficult to pass. Many people drink very little water during the day, or they replace water with tea, coffee, or sugary drinks, which may not hydrate the body in the same way. When hydration is low, digestion slows down, and constipation becomes more likely. Drinking enough water helps keep the stool soft and supports the natural cleaning process of the intestines. Another common cause of slow bowel movement is lack of physical activity. Movement helps stimulate the muscles of the intestines. When you walk, stretch, or exercise, the digestive system also becomes more active. But when you sit for long hours every day, the intestines become slower and food takes longer to move through the gut. This is why people who have very sedentary routines often notice more bloating and constipation. Even simple daily walking can improve bowel movement because the body is designed to work with motion, not with constant sitting. Stress is another factor that many people do not connect to constipation. The gut and the brain communicate constantly through the nervous system. When you are relaxed, digestion works normally, but when you are stressed, the body goes into survival mode, and digestion slows down. The intestines may move less, digestive juices decrease, and the normal rhythm of the gut becomes irregular. Some people get diarrhea during stress, while others get constipation. Both can happen because the nervous system controls how the intestines move. Hormones can also affect bowel movement. Changes in hormones, especially in women, can slow down the intestines. This is why some people notice constipation during certain times of the month, during pregnancy, or during periods of hormonal imbalance. Thyroid hormones also affect metabolism and digestion. When thyroid activity is low, the whole body slows down, including the intestines, and constipation becomes more common. This shows again that bowel movement is not only about food, it is connected to the whole body. Another important reason why constipation keeps toxins circulating in the body is related to bile and the liver. The liver removes toxins from the blood and sends them into bile, which goes into the intestines to be eliminated with stool. But if stool stays too long in the colon, some of these substances can be reabsorbed instead of removed. This means the liver has to process them again. Over time, this cycle can make detoxification less efficient. People may feel heavy after meals, have skin breakouts, or notice that their body reacts more strongly to unhealthy food, even if they are trying to eat better. Slow bowel movement can also affect the gut lining. When waste stays longer in contact with the intestinal wall, irritation becomes more likely. This can weaken the protective barrier of the gut and make it easier for unwanted particles to pass into the bloodstream. When this happens, the immune system becomes more active, which can increase inflammation in the body. Some people with chronic constipation also experience food sensitivities because the gut barrier becomes more sensitive and reactive. Fixing constipation naturally is one of the most important steps in cleaning the gut, but it should be done gently, not by forcing the body with harsh laxatives. Strong laxatives may give temporary relief, but they can make the intestines weaker if used too often. The goal is to help the gut move naturally by giving it the right conditions. Eating enough fiber from vegetables, fruits, beans, and seeds helps create healthy stool. Drinking enough water keeps the stool soft. Moving the body daily helps stimulate the intestines. Managing stress helps the nervous system allow digestion to work normally. Eating at regular times can also help train the intestines. The digestive system likes rhythm. When meals happen at very different times every day, the gut may not develop a stable pattern of movement. Having regular meals and giving enough time between them helps the intestines know when to move waste forward. Many people notice that bowel movement becomes more regular when they start eating at consistent times and stop constant snacking. Sleep also affects bowel movement more than most people think. When sleep is poor, hormones that control digestion become unbalanced. The body may hold on to stress hormones longer, and these hormones can slow down the intestines. Good sleep supports the natural rhythm of the body, including the rhythm of digestion and elimination. People who fix their sleep often notice improvement in constipation without changing anything else. Some foods can support bowel movement naturally. Foods rich in natural fiber, foods with healthy fats, and fermented foods can all help the intestines move better. Healthy fats help the stool move more smoothly. Fiber gives it volume, and good bacteria from fermented foods support the balance of the gut. When the gut bacteria become healthier, the intestines often move more regularly because the environment inside the colon becomes more balanced. It is also important not to ignore the urge to go to the bathroom. Many people delay bowel movement because they are busy or uncomfortable using certain places, but ignoring the natural signal can make the intestines slower over time. The body sends signals when it is ready to eliminate waste, and when those signals are ignored often, the reflex becomes weaker. Listening to the body helps keep the natural rhythm strong. When bowel movement becomes regular again, many people notice changes that go beyond digestion. Energy may feel lighter, skin may look clearer, bloating may decrease, and the mind may feel more focused. This happens because the body is finally able to remove waste the way it was designed to. The gut is not only about absorbing nutrients, it is also about letting go of what the body does not need, and when this process works well, the whole system feels more balanced.